So here we are, right at the beginning of a brand new year, and you may be considering that you want to have more opportunities, more job opportunities coming in your direction in 2023. And so looking at your LinkedIn profile and making some basic improvements can make a huge difference in that. I have thought through what would be the 5 things, the basic things that I'd advise somebody to do if they wanted to make themselves more findable, and when they are found, more likely that it is that someone's going to connect and perhaps even reach out to them. So I've got 5 basic things that we're going to run through in this video. Hello, my name is Stephen Wright. I'm a career coach here at Career Mentor, and we help high-performing financial services professionals make their next smart career move. So the first thing to consider is keywords. Keywords are essential in helping the platform deliver you at the top end of any search that somebody's doing. So you want to make sure that the keywords that you have match what it is that you do, and that you've got your keywords sprinkled throughout your LinkedIn profile. The keywords can be found in 2 ways. First of all, a bit of experimentation by putting in what you think might be appropriate keywords and phrases into the search bar. Then when it's returned, you can click on people, have a look at those people, and perhaps think, well, do these people do the same sort of thing as me? Are they similar, same to me? And if they are, then you're pretty much on target. The other way in which you can find keywords and key phrases is to go to the ads and find roles that you think you might be suitable for. Read them carefully and mark out those phrases and those words that the people who are placing the advert are using, and you can borrow those and then put them into the search bar, check that they're about right, and then add them to your LinkedIn profile. So keywords, absolutely essential. The next thing to think about, number 2, is your photograph. LinkedIn themselves have done a survey and have said that you are 14 times more likely to have your profile looked at if you have a photograph. So having a photograph is pretty essential, but also there are a few things to think about as far as your photo is concerned. First of all, make sure that your face represents something like 60% of the space available where you can place your photograph into your profile. Also, you want to be presenting yourself in attire which is appropriate to your particular industry. It helps if you, I think, are looking at the camera and smiling. No other people in the photograph, no distracting backgrounds or features, just you, just your face, smiling at the camera is sufficient. Also, make sure if you can that it's well lit and that you are using high-res photography. So make sure that you have a photograph. Number 3 is that you want to express the value that you can offer, the value promise that you have, both in your headline and in the about section. Now, the headline is the piece that comes immediately underneath your photograph, and unless you edit it, it will default to your current job description, your current job title. So there's an opportunity to edit it and make it more appropriate for the use in your LinkedIn profile, and also make sure that it's keyword rich, because your current job title may not be keyword rich. So let's give a couple of examples. Let's say you had VP Morgan Stanley. That tells me where you are and what level you're at, but nothing about the value that you can offer to the marketplace. So perhaps a better version of that would be VP Financial Institutions Group, Mergers and Acquisitions, focus on UK retail banks, Morgan Stanley. That tells me a lot more about what you do, who you do it for, and the promise of value. If you go further down the LinkedIn profile, you'll find the About section, where you have 4 lines of golden real estate before the reader has to click to see more. And in those 4 lines, you can add more keywords. You can amplify the message of the value that you can add. We write the About section in the first person because we want to make it a little bit more personalized. So the About section and the headline are all about expressing very clearly the value that you can add. The next section that you can consider also is the skills section. That's further down your LinkedIn profile, and here you have 3 which you can feature and are easily seen by the reader, again before having to click more. Those 3 skills are searchable by recruiters. They have an uprated version of LinkedIn LinkedIn platform quite often, and one of the criteria that most other versions of the platform don't have is the ability to search by skills. So think carefully about the skills skills that you want to feature. The other advantage of this is that you can have your skills endorsed by people who know you. So it's not just saying, here I am and this is what I can do, but other people are saying, yes, Stephen can do that as well. So that adds more credibility to what it is that you're promising. Other thing that I'd mention as far as skills are concerned, make sure that not too broad. So perhaps if you have a skill like Microsoft, you can imagine how many millions, tens of millions of people have a skill with Microsoft. So try and think of skills which are a little bit more narrow and a little bit more defined around what it is that you do. Same goes for recommendations in terms of not just you saying that you can do things, but other people agreeing with you and adding more credibility is the recommendation section. And therefore, I would suggest that you get 3 people who have high levels of credibility, who are very relevant to the area that you work in, and who are going to say good things about you, which tie in with your core message. Next thing to think about is the experience section. And in the experience section, we can use this area to add evidence to the promises that you've made. You've made promises of the value that you can add in the headline, the about section. Now in the experience section, you can add evidence that you can in fact deliver on things. So use the experience section well. The final thing to say, and this is perhaps a bonus thing to say, is to make sure that the whole thing adds up to a cohesive, joined up message, one single joined up message of the value that you can add, and everything from that is aligned and pointing in the same direction. So there we are, 5 basic things that you can do for your LinkedIn profile. I hope you found this useful. I'll be putting the blog that I wrote about this in the comments below. If you're here on our YouTube channel, then please click like and subscribe. If you're watching this on LinkedIn, you'll find that blog below, and please do pass this on to anybody who you think might find it useful, and Happy New Year.